You guys, the state of sneakers right now might be the best time for us as sneakerheads, but it really might not be the best thing for sneakers in general as we know it.
Yeah, he got kicks. Ball like swish. I don't miss. Don't do bricks. He got kicks. The kid is sick. Team with Rob, cause he got hits. He got kicks.
What is up, YouTube? I'm He Got Kicks. Welcome to my channel. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, that we get all the notifications every time I drop one of these bangers for you guys. Hit the like button, hit the share button, do all those great things for me. Follow me on Instagram at therealhegotkickz, and of course the hat page Perfectbrimz, and TikTok HeGotKicks95. You guys, shout out to today's sponsor. You guys, they came out with what I think is their best creation yet, and I'm really excited to show you guys. Sole Premise sneaker travel bags. They came out with what I think is quite possibly their best creation yet. This is actually their leather sneaker duffel bag. Everything about this is leather. I think this is their best creation whenever you talk about the actual quality of the bag. This right here is absolutely crazy. You open it up, it fits up to 4 pairs of sneakers, as you guys can see right here. Got some unreleased stuff in here and some hype stuff, some Joe Fresh goods and everything. This right here, you have 4 pairs of shoes. You can actually take those out, put clothing, put anything else you really need in there. You know, you could put laptop, you could put clothes, literally anything. You can put batteries and stuff right here that I usually do whenever I'm doing on feet and stuff like that. And of course their slogan, we don't just secure the bag, we secure the shoe. This right here, of course, is another miscellaneous slot. This bag right here, I think is their best creation. Along the sneaker duffel, I did like the nylon one, but this one right here, absolutely crazy whenever you actually talk about the quality of the bag and everything. My discount code, HeGotKicks, saves you 50% off of every single bag on the website. Be sure to take advantage of that discount code. Half off of these bags is a whole lot of money, and of course this right here is worth every single penny. Be sure to travel in style. But today's video, you guys, we are talking about something that a lot of people have been commenting and been, you know, DMing me and stuff like that, and I've just kind of been thinking, like, this is a good time to be a sneakerhead. Very good time. Sneakers are sitting. It's just amazing. You can walk into any store and just about grab whatever retro that recently came out, and you're able to just walk out with it. That's amazing for us. That's lovely. It's no longer COVID times where everything sells out and, you know, it's just crazy. But the one thing that I will say is, even though it might be great for us, actually in the long run, it might not be as good as we think it is. Because if you look at things, Nike and everybody, you know, retailers included, everybody saw what COVID was and sneakers were selling out instantly. That made them think, oh man, yeah, there's you know, more demand for this. There's way more demand for this. We need to make more pairs. We need to make more quality. So they made more pairs. They made a lot of sneakers, nowhere near as limited as they were, and of course made them just widely available to the masses of people. Well, when the money dried up, now those pairs are sitting. It's great. Now in the long run, Nike, of course, always gets their money. It is what it is. But if you look at places like Hibbett, you look at places like City Gear, Foot Locker, Champs, you know, they're all really the same companies, but then you go to DTLR and everything like this. Every single sneaker that you see sitting, and this is, you know, give you guys a little backstory before I really get into it. This is not just somebody that, you know, is a sneaker YouTuber that's just giving his opinion saying this. You guys that, of course, are OGs on the channel know that I work for Hibbett and City Gear. I've worked for Finish Line. I've worked for a lot of places, and I've even worked on the corporate side, and I've had a lot of meetings with a lot of big people and a lot of big people in Nike as well. So I've been around the block a time or two. I understand a lot of things on a different perspective when it comes to the sneaker business of part of it. And so, like, whenever you look at sneakers sitting, I can tell you guys exactly how much, whenever Jordans were $190, I can tell you exactly how much that Hibbett and them were getting the pairs for. They were getting them for $98 a pair. $98 a pair whenever they were $190. Now they're $210, $215. That means that they're probably in that $110, $115 range in themselves, because they're going to make that percentage. So it's a very, very high markup. Almost always $100 markup, of course, because they have to make, if a sneaker goes on sale or anything like that, they have to hit margins. That's really what it is all about, percentages. Now, whenever COVID times and all this money was circulating and everything, everybody was great, everybody was making money. It is what it is. Whenever that dried up, a lot of people got laid off. And hey, I'm not ashamed to say I'm one of those people. And of course, because if you can't make all that money that you were making, you have to make it up somewhere, and that comes from people's salaries. So whenever you look at sneakers sitting, they all basically, if you look at it, are dollar signs. Like, that is money sitting whenever it comes to sneaker retailers. Now, a lot of times they'll do what's called an RTV, a return to vendor, and they'll send that back and get their money back, and then they'll just send it to like outlets or whatever like that to try to kind of get a little bit of that loss back from Nike. But that is what it really is. Whenever you look at sneakers on the shelves, that's money sitting for retailers. That's money sitting for Nike. It is what it is. Like, they're going to make their money in the long run. Nike really doesn't care as long as you pay your invoices. They don't care what you do with it. But the one thing that I want to kind of show you guys is something that I might get in trouble for showing, maybe not. They can come after me, sue me if you want. I don't really care. But this is something that I'm going to show you guys because I think that this right here, honestly, is just public knowledge if you really, really dive into it. So this right here, of course, is what, the money that goes into it, because a lot of people say, well, Nike spends $25 or $20 to make this shoe. Facts, they do. I'm going to show you guys something right now that shows you exactly the breakdown of how much goes into a $100 pair of sneakers from Nike. And I'll kind of go over it with you guys as well. So the cost to produce a $100 pair of shoes is $22. It is $5 for freight, insurance, custom duty. This is per shoe. Now you have $5 for marketing, other expenses, overhead, they kind of tally that all in. $11, income taxes, $2. So the net profit, $100 pair of shoes that Nike sells to retailers, the net profit is $5. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but whenever you are selling thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pairs to retailers, that's a lot of money. Now, the retailer margin is $50 and this and that on a $100 pair of shoes. But as these prices went up from COVID and everything else, that's whenever we saw our prices increase as well. Because what those, you guys see all the containers and stuff that, whenever stuff comes from overseas, you see all those huge metal containers. Well, that price for one of those containers doubled. And, I've learned all this, of course, from being in corporate and being in these meetings. So whenever that price doubles, guess what? That means retailer's price also goes up. So a lot of things go into it. Now, a lot of people say, well, as the price goes up, this and that, I'm gonna, buy, reps or whatever because they're made in the same factory. I don't know who created that rumor. I really, really don't. I just think that just is not true. It is not true at all. They're not made in the exact same factories as the real ones. This and that. It's just not, that's not what it is. So I don't really know who started that, but it's not true. So don't think that, oh, I'm gonna get it and it's the exact same thing, exact same, materials, this and that. It's not. But I've just seen this go on and people talking about, yes, it is a great thing that sneakers are sitting, that we can walk into any store. And I don't care now. I'm no longer in sneaker retailer. I could care less, what it is. Because at the end of the day, I want you guys to get stuff for retail. Now, whenever I was working in corporate, whenever I was working in the store, I hated sneakers sitting. For one, because whenever you're working in the store, your store is graded upon day one sellout. If your day one sell through is less than 90%, that's going to show your allocator for that company that, well, maybe if they're not selling more than 90%, I need to take some from them. What they are selling, take some from them, send it to a store that is selling them. So that's that issue right there, is if sneakers aren't selling, they're going to send it to a store that will sell it, because it's all about money. So this right here, again, I really don't want to like go on like some like tangent or anything like that. I'm just here to inform. I'm here to, you know, give information, to talk about stuff, to give my opinion, to give the facts, to really talk to you guys about, what I have experienced in this, what I have learned from being in sneaker retail and being really at the top of sneaker retail, or being in big meetings with people, you know, learning from them, talking to them. Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, I have been in some insane meetings that, you know, a lot of people would be like, you actually talked to that? Yes, I did. You know, granted, I said, hey, how are you doing, this and that, and then they went into a presentation and I've seen it and I've learned from what they think. But I have been in those meetings. I have talked to those people. I'm not gonna say I met them in person, but I have met some Nike execs in person. That's really what we need to look at now. Eventually, Nike is going to say, we made a mistake, we made too much, we need to cut it back. How much will they cut it back? I don't know, but that is what's going to eventually happen. They are going to eventually cut it back, take some quantity from us, and then wait and see until it does sell out. So that is what we are looking at. That is what we need to really think about. The state of sneakers right now is great for sneakerheads. It is not great for business. That's the one thing we need to kind of learn to separate. It is great for us, the people, the consumer, not great for stores. So just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about that today. Had a lot of people messaging me about it. Had a lot of people commenting that whenever I talk about shoes. And then they talk about, you know, oh, this sneaker's going to sit, this and that. That's great. I hope everybody gets a pair for retail. But that does not mean that it's going to be great forever for us. So everybody, man, let me know in the comment section down below what your opinions are on this. I am genuinely very, very curious what you guys think. Again, you guys might disagree with me. You guys might think I don't know what I'm talking about. That is what it is. But I've been in those meetings. I've heard those conversations. That's just how it is. So let me know in the comment section down below. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. Hey, as always, man, be sure to tell somebody you love them today, like I love you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.